All right, picture this. You are sitting in the hot seat of a high-stakes interview for Abbott Nutrition. Across the table, the executives lean in, the room goes completely quiet, and they drop this absolute multi-million-dollar question on you. How would you use training to double the institutional business in 4 years? Wow, it's a massive, intimidating challenge, right? And how you respond in this exact moment literally determines everything. Listen, they aren't asking for a list of classes, and they definitely don't want to hear about your favorite learning management system. They are asking how you're going to directly drive their bottom line. Today, we're going to see exactly how you answer that question by completely flipping your approach on its head. Welcome to this explainer. We are going to unpack a secret playbook for absolutely acing a strategic learning and development interview. And we're doing it by transforming your mindset. We are taking you from a simple task executor, someone who just coordinates logistics and books rooms, into a vital, revenue-driving strategic partner. Think of this as the ultimate bridge between human resources and the sales floor. When you master this approach, you don't just work for the company anymore, you are actively growing it. So, here is our game plan to get there. We're looking at a 5-step blueprint. First, aligning with a strategy. Second, metrics that matter. Third, engaging the managers. Fourth, creating an attractive brand. And finally, measuring real impact. Master these 5 steps and you successfully shift training from an administrative burden into a high-powered machine. Now take a look at this stark contrast. This right here is the entire paradigm shift. You have got to aggressively ditch the old mindset on the left, the one obsessed with pretty courses, where your only goal is making sure the slides look nice and checking off attendance boxes. Instead, your goal is to build the strategic engine on the right. Your training initiatives must directly drive sales, accelerate product adoption, and cement real institutional loyalty. To put it bluntly, if your training isn't acting as an engine, it's just overhead. Okay, let's dive into step 1, aligning training with business goals. This is the absolute bedrock of everything we're talking about today. Training doesn't just exist in a vacuum, right? It has to start and end with the company's business targets. And let's break this down. If Abbott's goal is to double its institutional business in places like hospitals and clinics, your medical reps need highly specific skills. Selling to a chief doctor or a hospital buying committee, that is vastly different from your standard B2B pitch. These are incredibly educated professionals who've seen every sales trick in the book. Your reps have got to master deep, evidence-based consultative selling. They need to become absolute experts in complex negotiation and managing institutional contracts. And crucially, they have to seamlessly leverage scientific evidence to position key brands like Ensure, Glucerna, and Pedialyte. They need to turn raw data into a totally compelling sales narrative. So how do you take those lofty corporate goals and actually execute them? You translate them into aggressive field action. Take diversification, for example. Instead of just dumping reps into some boring e-learning module that they're going to forget the second they close their laptop, you combine it with a real-world hospital sales simulations and intensive one-on-one coaching in the field. To improve customer service, you actively train reps to present nutritional solutions that don't just help patients. They actually prove how they save the hospital money in the long run. You are literally transforming your reps from everyday salespeople into trusted healthcare consultants. Moving right along to step 2, metrics that matter. Guys, it is time to officially throw out those outdated, "Did you like this course?" satisfaction surveys. They just don't cut it anymore. If you want a seat at the table, you've got to speak the language of the executives. You pitch them a balanced scorecard that tracks 4 interlocking perspectives. Notice how these all domino into each other. Your learning metric, the hard percentage of reps actually completing complex scientific certifications, directly fuels the internal metric, which is how effective your managers are at coaching those reps. Better coaching immediately drives the customer perspective, massively improving the satisfaction of the doctors and nutritionists. And finally, those satisfied doctors, they drive the financial goal, crushing your institutional sales targets. It's a perfect, totally measurable chain reaction. You absolutely have to prove your training is moving the needle using concrete KPIs. Are prescriptions of Abbott products actually going up in your sales tracking? Has the agonizing time it takes to close a contract with a new hospital finally decreased after you've rolled out negotiation training? Are your top medical reps sticking around because they actually feel invested in? These are the real questions executives care about. Retaining top talent and speeding up contract closures. That's what actually impacts the bottom line. Just imagine this for a second. You confidently look the board dead in the eye and state that you are aiming for a 15% increase in contract closures, specifically because of your targeted negotiation coaching. Wow, that is the kind of hard, specific number that instantly changes the power dynamic in the room. It proves, without a doubt, that you mean business. All right, step 3, winning over district managers. Let's be real, this is exactly where most corporate training completely falls apart. If the field managers don't reinforce the training because they think coaching is a waste of selling time, your program is dead on arrival. So, how do we fix it? We use a change model. Step 1, you enlist your top performing district managers first. Why? Because peers listen to peers, not HR. When a top manager buys in, everyone else follows. Step 2, you loudly broadcast their early successes, like hitting that 15% increase. Step 3, once you have commercial leadership backing you, you make the coaching mandatory. And finally, you publicly recognize and reward the managers putting in the best coaching hours. Think of your training launch just like a massive new product drop. You cannot make the amateur mistake of just commanding people to change without explaining why. You have got to actively sell the initiative before rolling it out. Build a high-energy internal marketing campaign. Punchy emails, short videos, dropping those real success stories we just talked about. Your entire goal here is to generate serious buzz and secure complete buy-in from the sales force before day 1 even happens. Which brings us to step 4, building a training brand that attracts. How do we make this whole thing absolutely irresistible to the team? Check out this proposed academy name, Life-Saving Consultative Selling. I mean, really feel the emotional weight of that for a second. It completely shifts the perspective of your sales force. You aren't just deploying some boring corporate module, you're deploying a critical mission. You are teaching them consultative selling that provides the exact nutritional solutions needed to literally save lives in hospital beds. It's powerful stuff. But hey, you still have to answer everyone's favorite question. What's in it for me? If you can't answer that, you're toast. Frame this as an internal PR campaign. Show the reps that the academy means certifications leading to faster career growth and bigger commissions. Show those busy district managers that it provides tools to make hitting their heavy quotas way easier. And for the company, it means achieving that massive goal of doubling the business without totally burning out the sales force. You've got to constantly remind everyone what they personally stand to gain. And finally, step 5, proving your value in the field. This is where we completely rewrite what your job description actually is. We're talking about becoming a business-embedded learning function. Follow the logic here. You, as the training coordinator, are not the one training the reps directly. You could never scale that. Instead, the district managers act as the trainers out in the field. Your job is the vital oversight layer. You train the trainers, you collect their monthly coaching audits, and you relentlessly analyze the data to see exactly where their coaching is literally turning into cash. You manage the strategy, and you scientifically measure the impact. And here it is, the absolute climax of your interview pitch. When they finally ask why they should hire you over anyone else, you look them right in the eye and say, because I am not here to organize pretty courses. I will design a training strategy tied directly to doubling the business in 4 years. I will turn district managers into certified coaches, and my real-world experience allows me to actually execute this. Boom. That is exactly how you prove you're a strategic partner who drives verifiable results. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final tough question. Are your current training programs truly driving the business forward, or are they honestly just ticking administrative boxes? Think about it, and consider how you can start applying this exact blueprint tomorrow to become the high-powered strategic engine your company so desperately needs. Let's get to work.